Hey everybody, Tamara here, just coming to you briefly to kind of walk you through how to navigate ForEx Factory. So when you're trading in the Forex market, you want to understand the news in advance of you taking trades. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and share my screen, forexfactory.com, and this just helps us to not have to search on the internet for news stories independently or whatever, because I'm going to show you a way that you can see what these red folders in forexfactory.com mean for the currency, okay? So when you go to forexfactory.com, you're going to have the date here, like today is February 16th, okay? And of course, we know that you're going to see the red folders. Anytime you see a red folder or even two orange folders next to one another, that means high impact news to the currency, okay? So for example, the Great British Pound, you have a red folder here, right? And that's at 2 o'clock in the morning. And so you wonder, okay, how's that going to impact my trading? So let's go to one for like the CAD, the CAD, the CAD. For the Canadian currency, 8:30 in the morning Eastern time, and you'll be able to put your own time zone in here as well. But you'll come over and you click on this actual folder here, right? I'm kind of hovering over it there, and you click on that, and it expands. You'll get to understand the source of the news, the measures, the usual effect of such news, how often it comes out, why traders care. Why do traders care about this news story, right? So, for example, the source, it comes from Statistics Canada. The usual effect is that the actual greater than forecast is good for the currency, okay? So it's typically good for the currency, the usual effect of this red folder. So that means you might want to consider, maybe a buying position if it's good for the currency, but just to kind of give you an overview of what it means. Just some notes from Forex Factory. It's the most important inflation related increase due to its earliness and broad scope. This is among the few non-seasonally adjusted numbers reported on the calendar, as it's the calculation most commonly reported. So let's just give you some background. Now, why do traders care? Consumer prices account for a majority of overall inflation. Inflation is important to currency valuation because rising prices lead the central bank to raise the interest rates out of respect for their inflation containment mandate. So that's just why we care. Here's the history of this type of news, all right, and what the actual was and what the forecast was. And so that takes you back to the fact that it says when the actual is greater than the forecast, it's good for the currency, okay? So that way you can see how it would impact that pair. When you want to get rid of this pop-up box, just simply come here and click on this X that's sitting right there, okay? And then you get back to your list again. So you'll go on and on throughout the day. 7:30 p.m. on the Australian dollar, again, another red folder. It's high impact news. So then you'll click on the yellow folder here, right there, and it'll pull it right open again for you. When the actual is greater than the forecast, it's good for the currency. Why do traders care? Job creation is an important leading indicator of consumer spending, which accounts for a majority of overall economic activity. So this is where, now if the actual is greater than the forecast, it's good for the currency. So in January and December, okay, of last year, in fact, this news was good for the currency. But look, here the actual was below, the actual was below the forecast. So therefore that was bad for the currency. It's just, always good to just make sure you're monitoring your trades during these times of day to be able to see in advance. So we already see on this 1 day's worth of news, just see the rest of the week, click on this more button right here. Just click on more, and that's going to drop it down for the rest of the week. And you can then kind of get an advanced look of some of these news reports that are going to be coming out. All right. So there you go. Just wanted you to know how to go ahead and take advantage of this ForEx Factory. You can see here, I clicked on the clock right at the top right hand side, and you can go in and then choose your time zone. So that way, like mine is Eastern time, okay? And that way you can definitely have it come onto your time zone for these news reports. All righty, talk to you later.